Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, with news credit expansion in China surged dramatically in January. But first, in her semi-annual congressional testimony today, Janet Yellen said that the US Federal Reserve will likely need to raise interest rates at an upcoming meeting, although she noted there is considerable uncertainty over economic policy under the Trump administration. Benchmark yields rose sharply on the testimony, but the US dollar has shown only minor strengthening reactions. Small business confidence is rising in the US. They like what they see in the new administration, and an index that tracks SME confidence is now at its highest since December 2004. In Europe, the Greek economy unexpectedly shrank in the 3 months to December. Overall, Eurozone economic growth was revised down in the fourth quarter, partly as a result of slower than expected growth in Germany. And that lower activity is reflected in today's release of the German ZEW business sentiment numbers, which have come in lower than last month and lower than expected for February. And staying in Europe, British consumer prices rose in January at their fastest annual rate in 2.5 years, highlighting how the UK pound's fall since June's Brexit vote is increasing the cost of everyday living. In China, the absolute size of their recent credit surge is becoming clear. China added more credit last month than the equivalent of the Swedish annual economy. That's the world's 34th largest economy. China is revving up growth and supporting prices, but also fueling concerns about the sustainability of such a spree. Aggregate financing, the broadest measure of new credit, climbed to a record 3.74 trillion yuan. That's about 760 billion New Zealand dollars in January. New yuan loans rose to a one-year high of 2 trillion. That's 2 trillion yuan, about double the December levels. Public policy officials have a huge job on their hands controlling this growth, and so far they've shown that they're not up to it. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield is sharply higher on Yellen's comments, now up at 2.48%. Oil prices are marginally higher today, now just over $53 for the US benchmark, while the Brent benchmark is just under $56 a barrel. The gold price is marginally lower, now at $1,223 an ounce. And the New Zealand dollar is marginally lower as well. It is now at 71.5 US cents. However, on the cross rates, we're at 93.6 Aussie cents, and against the euro, 67.6 euro cents. The TWI is at 77.1, which interestingly is at a 4-week low. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.